My name is Carmen, and today we've got a reading for you about someone who you've argued with in the past. And I'm pretty sure they wanted to blame you for the entire situation. We've got the Emperor and the Devil in the reverse. And this is telling me that this is they're acknowledging that you really did the best that you could with the situation that you were given, or you approached it as respectfully as you could. They just wanted to blame you for the situation because it was easier for them than having to admit what really needed to change. So it feels to me like you've got an apology coming from somebody that knows they saw things the way they wanted to see them instead of the way that they really were. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. I hope you're having a good day so far. I want to make sure you can see my sign. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. It's in the description box for you, as well as a link to join my memberships. And let's dive in. We'll start with the Pulp Tarot and see what else we've got for you. Knight of Swords in the reverse, and the Two of Swords in the reverse. I realize now that I had the complete wrong understanding of what you were doing, what you were saying, or whether or not somebody else lied. I wish that I had taken more time to understand and not been as judgmental. I wish that I had given you the benefit of the doubt. Ten of Swords in the reverse, Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, Ace of Wands. So my hope is if I speak with you about this, if I apologize for how I treated you, and I make it clear that I understand what I actually did wrong, is there any chance that we could have a second opportunity? Is there any chance that you would continue to talk to me, or that we could still be friends, or we could still date? This is, I think, a pretty genuine effort to say, I know I messed up, but will you give me the chance to make it right? Hello, Tyrone. How are you doing? Hello, First YouTube. How are you? I'm also a Pisces. So we've got the Moon. Nine of Wands in the reverse. And the Devil. I think there is a motivation that was hidden from you, and the Emperor is going to be like honest with you about what actually motivated their behavior. So I didn't feel like I could say this because I didn't know if I would lose that friendship, or I didn't know if you would believe me, so I felt like I should just give up. They feel like they took the easy way out, but it ended up being much more complicated. They feel like they were lacking with regards to courage, and they wish that they had done better, not just by the situation, but also by themselves, right? And of course by you. Hey, Key Controller, how are you doing? Hello, Robert. Hello, Paul. Hello, Stu. Oh, I'm pretty sure no. Hello, Garrett. How you been? Hello, Larry. This is a general reading, but if y'all behave, I might do some free personal questions at the end. You have to behave, though. We've got Seven of Pentacles in the reverse and the Queen of Swords in the reverse. Eight of Wands in the reverse. So I feel like I didn't do right by my friendship with you or by my romantic connection with you. I feel like I went with the crowd, or I believed what was convenient, and I didn't speak up, or I said something that I shouldn't have. I do think this person's going to literally take accountability for what they've said, what they've done, and probably say, I saw the situation completely wrong, or I believed something I shouldn't, or I was like afraid to say the right thing, and that's my fault. I'm sorry. I don't see them trying to blame other people. I think they're explaining how you know, they got where they did, but they acknowledge, I messed up. I know I should have treated you better than that. Sounds good, Larry. Hello, Irma. How are you doing? We've got the Nine of Pentacles and the Six of Cups with the Ace of Cups in the reverse. See, I think whoever I'm reading for, you were able to pick up on the fact that something else was going on here. You know that this person cares about you. You know that they have defended you before, or they have been there to support you, or they have been very clear that they admire you or are attracted to you. Whatever it is, they communicate that. This, however, may have been a little bit more painful or a little bit more disappointing because you've seen them do right by you, because you've seen them stay true to their morals, even in difficult situations. And I think that's making them feel it's that much more necessary to communicate with you and take responsibility because they know that you know them better. Thank you, Garrett. So we've got the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse, the Hierophant, and the Two of Cups. So again, just take the energy how it resonates. Either it's friendship energy or it's somebody that you love or somebody you might fall in love with. But I do think there is an effort to make a genuine apology, reinforce what I believe, what I want, or how I feel for you. This was a mess up. I know it was, but I'm not going to let that happen again. Because I think they want to make it very clear how much you mean to them. Like it's been a little bit in question. Three of Swords in the reverse. Another Nine of Wands in the reverse in the same column. Judgment in the reverse. So how can I make it up to you? How can I get us to a space where we feel better about our connection? What can I do to make it clear that I never meant to hurt you, or that, you know, that's not the kind of behavior that I'll be treating you with going forward, right? Hello, Animeverse. How are you doing? Nice to meet you. Hello, Ghosted Soul. I don't know what happened to yours. Oh, wait, you're a ghost. I don't know if ghosts get eyebrows. Is that a thing? Ace of Wands in the reverse. Four of Cups in the reverse. And the Seven of Wands. So, yes, this is a misstep. This is, you know, whoops. Probably shouldn't have done that. Probably should have been more honest, or probably should have thought through the situation and considered the consequences before I said or did that thing, right? Hello, Voyager. Hey, Aqua Beauty. How we doing? So I think for many of you, they wish that they had defended your name. They wish that they had given you the benefit of the doubt, or believed that you were operating with good intentions, being honest. Hey, Jimmy. Hello, Avocado Ranch. Thank you. Hello, Michael. Hello, Books. How's it going? Thank you, Peggy. How are you, hon? This is the Marigold Tarot. Ooh, Ace of Wands. We've gotten that from each of the tarot, except for the cat meme where I only took 2 cards. 1 in the reverse, 2 in the upright. So this is like, I know you have every right to tell me to like go away, to tell me that I messed up and say, you know, I'm not really interested anymore because you acted this way, because it felt immature or disrespectful. But let me prove it to you. Let me make it up to you. Hey, Judge. I think there's also something there about judge not, yet ye be judged. Hey, Lemonade, how are you doing? Hey, Rainbow Warrior. Hello, Urban Garden. How's London? What's up, Midwest Galaxy King? Thank you. Aw, how's Shyla doing? So yeah, I mean, obviously you have free will, right? You can tell this person you're not interested. You can tell them, you know, you really messed up this time, or I don't understand how you could have acted that way. I don't want to deal with that kind of energy. So if that's what you're bringing to the table, I think I'm going to pass. But I think most of you have some amount of history with this individual to know that it was out of character. It, for that reason, may have kind of confused you a little bit. But I think you know that they're being genuine when they apologize, that they didn't mean for things to get this out of control, that there were some unexpected circumstances, or maybe there was even someone causing some drama on purpose. So I think you're a little bit indecisive, right? You're like, I want to believe you, but I also feel like I really have to be sure that you didn't, I don't know, just kind of forget to care, right? That's very sweet of you. Thank you. All right, we've got the Knight of Rings or Knight of Pentacles in the reverse and the Three of Swords. So if you need some time to think about it after I apologize for messing up, I understand. But I think they're also going to say, but I really hope that we can like talk this through or find a way to resolve this, because this person is missing you, or this person is feeling anxious, not sure whether or not they've completely messed this up, or if they're going to lose your friendship or your love. Knight of Wands in the reverse. King of Swords and the Star. So they're willing to tell you the truth of everything that happened, everything that was said. They have zero desire to lie. It's looking to them like the only way they can get another chance at this friendship or this romantic relationship is if they tell you everything, if they're honest about what happened, because they have some reason to believe that you can tell when people are lying. So you might have a reputation for some pretty strong intuition. All right, this is the Tattoo Tarot. What else do we have? Oh no, am I missing? I'm so sorry, guys. It got stuck, so I didn't say hi to a whole bunch of people. Hello, Kyle. Hello, Hev. Hello, John. Hello, Cree. No, I don't. I don't think that's a good way to use your time. To each their own, I suppose, but yeah, at least not like trying to sell that, you know? You have that positive manifestation capability. You have that ability to leverage gravitational pull to bring into your life what it is that you want, but we don't need to be messing with anybody's free will. I totally get that. Hello, Lemonade. Hello, Laura. Hello, Agent. What is it, 46? How are we doing? Hello, Sergio. So the Knight of Wands keeps coming out. We did have it in the reverse, but this one's in the upright. So there's a sense of urgency here. Like I said, this person really wants to make sure that they like deal with this in a timely manner. They don't want to mess things up. But I think there's also like a little bit of frantic energy. If I don't say something, if I don't address this soon, am I going to completely lose you? I need to like deal with this right now. But with the Chariot in the reverse, they may find that you've blocked them. They may have some sort of chaotic energy blocking them. They may have responsibilities at work or with family. How to get blocked in 0.2 seconds. From the channel For Good. Don't ever ask me that kind of shit. I don't even care. Hello, Barry. How are you doing? All right, we've got the Eight of Pentacles, the Nine of Swords in the reverse, and the Sun. this is driving them a little bit crazy. They want to make sure that they address this. It's like if some people are okay with having an argument and they can sleep on it and they don't have to like resolve it right away, others might feel a little bit more like, I need to talk this through and figure it out before I go to bed. This is someone who would want to figure it out before they go to bed. Hello, K-Sue. How are you doing? We've got Page of Wands and Death, Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. There is a different tone or a different form of communication, perhaps, that seems, I don't know, maybe it is just like how they're talking to you, even like the words that they're choosing. But this is someone who I think you can tell I have really put a lot of thought into what I can say, how to apologize to make it clear that I actually really want to be like on good terms with you, and losing you would be awful, right? Six of Swords in the reverse. Eight of Swords in the reverse. So can we move past this little like blip on the radar? Can we bury the hatchet, forget that this ever happened? I know it was wrong. I know you deserve better treatment. I won't ever do it again. And I feel like this is one of those things where whoever I'm reading for, your approach is likely to be, if you acknowledge that you should have treated me better, or that this should have, you know, gone a different way, and the behavior actually changes, then yeah, like, forgiven and let's move on. Not a big deal, because I think you can pick up on the seriousness with which this person is communicating. It's like, I need to make it very clear that I don't like how I treated that situation or how I treated you, right? Hey, Purple Goddess, how are you doing today? Thank you. Hello, Palita. How are you doing? This is the Earth and Bone Oracle. We have the Blood Moon, number 8. Illusion, uncertainty, confusion, secrets, egotism, and narcissism. Now, for those of you where you might feel like this is just a hollow apology because somebody is trying to make sure that they don't lose face with their friends because you're not friends with them anymore, you'll pick up on that and you know the right thing to do. But I feel like for the majority of you, this is somebody who's coming forward to apologize, to let you know that they bought in on some illusion, or they were confused. Maybe they had access to the wrong information, or they hadn't checked their email or their text, but they acted in a way that they feel was not aligned with how they would have if they'd known what was really going on or what had really been said, right? Hello, Samira. How are you? Hello, Click. Oh, I have Jesus. Don't you worry. Okay. Well, yeah. Garrett gets it. We've got Burrow, number 25. Exhaustion, lack of energy, questioning, motivations, and realignment. They're going to make it very clear that you are their priority, or that they want to change whatever they need to, or demonstrate for you that they're going to act the way they should. And I think for many of you, again, it's like, no, I've already demonstrated that I can treat you the right way. This was just like a little lapse, right? Hello, Akshay. How are you doing? Hey, Johnny. It's been wild. Garrett had my back. This is the Kipper. We've got the main male in the reverse. Bad health and toil and labor in the reverse. Some of you are going to find out that the individual who like lost their temper or who needs to apologize to you had a lot going on in their life, and admittedly, they feel like they had a short fuse. they maybe were taking out their frustrations about something else on you, and that makes them feel pretty awful about it. They're going to let you know that they projected or they took out that anger the way they shouldn't have, or even maybe got some information from a coworker or a friend or a family member that was inaccurate, and that led to their handling the situation the way they did. But they're going to tell you exactly what happened. We've got coffin number 19, gift number 17, and judication number 30. For some of you, this is going to be someone who lost their temper because they had just gotten really sad news about losing someone they care for. My condolences to anyone that resonates for. Because we do have death, bad health, and coffin. Death is often about metamorphosis or positive change in your life. But I think you might find that somebody overreacted or treated you in a way they weren't proud of because of circumstances dealing with another person's health, or finding out, some pretty tough news regarding a person that they cared about. With judication, there could also be some element here regarding inheritance or what's going on in terms of their financial situation, maybe even a divorce. But this is an apology that may come with a gift of some sort, or somebody who wants to take you out for coffee or take you out for lunch. Again, they want to make it clear, I feel bad about how I handled the situation and it's my fault, right? Hello, Raymond. Hello, Steven. How you doing? Thank you, Johnny. This is the Crow Tarot. What else do we have? Another 9 of Swords. Magician in the reverse. And King of Cups. This is someone who cares about you. They feel like they lost control, or they feel like they were not managing their emotions very well. They were dealing with anxiety, or maybe even in some cases grief or depression. And they feel like they should have taken some more time for themselves, or they should have avoided being around you or talking to you when they were still kind of reeling from the difficult news that they heard. Queen of Cups, Judgment, and the 8 of Cups. So I think they're going to drop by, have this conversation, make it very clear they take ownership over this, that they intend to never treat you this way again. They give you insight into what has been happening that impacted their mood or made them have to maybe cancel some plans, whatever it is. They want you to know why they had to walk away or why things got a little bit crazy. And they're going to say, I understand that this may not be enough for you to stay my friend or still be interested in me. But if it is, that would make me a very happy person. Thank you, Purple Goddess. Hello, David. How are you doing? We've got Page of Swords, Ace of Wands, 8 of Swords in the reverse. Yeah, so they're hoping that you can pick up where you left off with the clear understanding that this is a fresh chapter that will have no repeats of that behavior, right? I'm not going to talk to you that way, or I'm not going to ignore you, or I'm not going to, make you feel like you don't get to know what's going on. Their approach is going to be very respectful and follow the rules, right? And I think you feel you can trust this person because you have been able to trust them previously. Like I said, I feel like this is a lapse. You've already proven to me that you're a good friend, or that you're, there for me. This was just a really rough situation. So I do feel like you're able to, let bygones be bygones, forgive, move on. Their apology is genuine. They want to be good to you. So it feels like that's just Water under the bridge. You don't feel like you need to make a big stink out of it. Hello, Myra. How are you doing? Well, yeah. See, sometimes we have to accept the conclusion we draw from that repeated behavior, right? We want to give people chances, but you got to be cautious with that too. This is the situations deck. Hello, Alberto. How are you doing? Hello, Matt. Ren, honey, that would never work for anybody. Nope, nope, nope. But I do hope you find love. We've got... Wow, okay. I think you're going to hear that this person who apologizes to you has cut off a friend or family member, or no longer is interested in buying into someone else's illusion. If there is someone who passed away, there could be some sadness here because maybe we had a no contact connection between like parent, daughter, parent, son, whatever, and someone's passed away. Even if you've been on bad terms for decades with somebody, if you find out that they've passed away, that can cause some pretty difficult to work through feelings, right? This is someone telling you the truth about an ending or a difficult connection with someone else that made it a struggle for them to deal with those emotions while they were also talking to or dealing with you. So they'll tell you what happened in terms of that drama or that chaos. And I do think they'll handle it better down the road. Down the road, and then we've got the projected card. Yeah. Future connection energy is positive. They're letting go of this negative energy. They don't want it to cause problems with the two of you in the future. I don't know how to say hi back to you because it's a symbol. Aw, so we've got the family card. Yeah, we've got forgiveness, and you know what? I got you. I get it. I know you've been through some difficult stuff. I know that you care about me, or I know that I can trust you. So let's just move along, shall we? There is some sort of tragedy here that has happened. We could have someone regretting the last thing they said to somebody. But I do think that the two of you are in each other's lives because you add such a positive, supportive connection or friendship. Like, I know I can count on you even when things are really difficult, or even if it's been a while since I've spoken to you. So yeah, I think you're going to be fine. You're going to be able to resolve this. And you're going to see that that is not behavior they're going to repeat because they know that it has to be a different energy, right? Ren, I want you to go look up in the dictionary the word consent, because that's what's missing from your little comment there. Like, what the hell? Hello, Dark Knight. How are you doing? Hello, El Güero. How are you doing? All right, I said I was going to do a couple of very personal questions for y'all if you behaved. And let's be real, there have been a couple people that did not behave. But I'm going to do it anyway. Wow, okay, so here we go with the permaban for you because that is weird as dude. Like, what? Toodles. All right, so who has got a personal question? Tyrone, did you have a question? Love it. It says RP. Well, if you've been behaving, then let me know what your question is. Hey, Viviana, I appreciate you. Don't worry, I can I can take care of that stuff. I almost swear like every other word. How rich will I be? That's your question? Mm-mm. I reject the premise of your question. Ask me something meaningful. What is your twin flame doing? At your door? All right, I'm gonna go with El Güero's question, which is my spiritual war over yet? Let's see. Is El Güero's spiritual war over yet? No. But I do feel like it's close to the end. We do have the Page of Cups in the reverse, Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Nine of Wands, or sorry, Nine of Cups, which is much better. This is like saying there's a little bit of a hiccup left, or there's something that's left undone, but you're very close to getting what you want. So don't give up faith. You are very close. But I do think that this has to do with emotions blocking you. There's something here, El Güero, that you need to make a decision on. Once you make that decision, and again, I feel it has to do with your emotions, it could be letting go of something, releasing someone, that ends it. But you have to do that before you get past this. I hope that helps. We did Aqua Beauty. Do we like that sometimes? Tyrone, are you saying you want to know if you're getting an inheritance? All right, I'm going to ask. And if that's not what you were asking, then we'll figure it out. What did we not take from already? Yeah, this is the Blanco Nero. Hello, Fernando. Not you? No? Steven wants to know if he will get a new home. We will do that. I'm glad, El Güero. Good luck. Will Steven get a new home? There's something blocking you right now. Six of Swords in the reverse, Ten of Swords, Four of Wands. I feel like there's something here regarding details or information, because we're talking about swords. If you have better understanding of the numbers, the rate, the contract, something related to actually getting that new home, then you get yourself closer to actually getting that new home. But there's information here that's blocking you. Maybe it's even like there's a loan that you don't realize that you could qualify for. Maybe there's even a job you didn't realize that you could be applying for. There's information here that you have not found yet that would enable you to change that. You guys are funny. All right. Yes, Garrett would like to know, is my daughter safe? I sure hope so, but let's see. There's a problem right now. I don't know if I can fully say that she's safe. She's keeping something secret. I do think that there's a problem in terms of money. Money she's spending or money she's earning. And I do feel like the consequences could be legal. So to be honest, no, there's definitely some things that need to be addressed or behavior that needs to change. What is it that Steven needs to know or can do? Sorry, Garrett. Let me ask that again. What is it that Garrett needs to know or could do? So I'm picking up on a lot of restless energy from you. find something to put that restless energy into. Looking up information, scouting an area, talking to friends. I don't want to encourage any like obsessive behavior, but there is something you can do with your energy. I don't know, even like doing some puzzles. But that restless energy is causing issues for you that you don't need to be dealing with. And it could be like manifesting as headaches, for example. But please be cautious, and I'm sending you so much healing energy, okay? Thank you, Garrett. Hello, Angela. How you doing? Because I keep asking what your question is, and then you say, please no, not that. Part of it, Tyrone, is I only can see like 6 or 7 messages at a time, and then they go. Your future is not a question. Like, what are you talking about? Ask a specific question, Tyrone, and I'll come back to you. But like, this is like miscommunication happening. Hello, Hadley. How are you doing? Uh-oh. Okay, well, it sounds like you need to know. I don't think they got the wrong daughter. Is there something around her? Is there anyone she's associating with? Because I feel like that was the right daughter, so it could be someone around her. Helder wants to know what my twin flame wants. Are there enough cards in the world? Okay, so I've got Helder's question, and then I'll ask about the job promotion for Tyrone. So for Helder, what does my twin flame want? Seven of Wands in the reverse, the Empress in the reverse, and the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. This is kind of petty energy. Makes me feel like this is a refusal to deal with the issues that caused an argument. So I'd rather lash out, or I'd rather like blame someone. So right now it feels to me like your twin flame wants some space with the Eight of Cups. A little bit of time to think about things. I don't know if this is someone who does the silent treatment, but I do think there's a little bit of like a sassiness coming through. We've got the Six of Wands in the reverse. Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. I feel like this is one of those things where what your twin flame wants right now is going to be different in 24 hours. This is someone who has a lot of emotions hitting right now. And that is unfortunately something that kind of sends them for a loop, and they may be a little bit dramatic. So I feel like in 24 hours, this is someone who might feel more like, now I want to talk to you. Now I want to know what's going on. All right, so for Tyrone, we have, will I get my job promotion? Yes. Seven of Pentacles is about investing. I do think that there is someone who feels like it would be a smart thing to do in terms of getting you acclimated to another sense of responsibility or another part. The question here is, I feel like you need to have a little bit of a chat regarding the specifics, job description. There could be something here that is kind of not discussed or not touched on that could cause a little bit of a problem in the early days. So I would ask questions if you feel like you didn't get enough training or enough direction, right? All right. Hey, Christina, how are you doing? Hello, Logo. What's your question? Hello, Justin. Oh, congratulations, Christina. Hello, Carrie. Hello, April. How you doing? Peggy's got one. Do I need to be concerned about the procedure? I sure hope not, but let's see. Does Peggy need to be concerned about the procedure tomorrow? There is something that is concerning, yes. We have the Hanged Man and the Devil. I feel like there's a delay of some sort. Like timing is an issue or somebody's distracted. So let me ask what Peggy can do. No rushing, and maybe even expecting things to take a little bit longer than maybe you're told initially. And do what you can to stay calm, set expectations for yourself. Because I feel like somebody here might like aggravate the situation by not letting you know what to expect. So if you have looser expectations, it's less likely that you get that anxiety. Do you know what I'm saying? LOL. Thank you, Johnny. Oh, the haters. The haters like giggle. Hello, Arthur. How are you doing? Hello, Nightfox. Marina would like to know, will I get stable financially? Let's see what we've got for you. Will Marina get stable financially? 8 of Cups is in the reverse. There's something here that is causing some issues. 8 of Swords in the reverse. There's a delay. It's not going to happen anytime soon until you free yourself from something that you feel is required. The number 8 is important because even this 2 of Pentacles has like a vague like 8 shape to it with the kind of infinity movement. So there's a block that is firmly in place, but you can remove it. Page of Swords and the Fool. Is there anyone you give money to that makes things more difficult for you? I feel like there's a new approach that you're gonna get. Initially, you might look at it and be like, no, I don't want that job, or I don't want to change that, or I don't want to budget that way, or I can't imagine not doing that. There's a change here that initially I feel like you are very dismissive of, but you intuitively feel like maybe I need to give that another chance. Yes, that's what's blocking you. And when you change that and take a new approach, then you're able to find that financial stability. Hey, James. Hello, Ellen. How you doing? Loco guy, that ain't a question that I'm going to answer. If I was doing a personal reading, a little bit more time, then I would do that. All right, let's see. This is the Masonic Tarot. Hello, Miss Fairy Tale. Welcome. You want to know if you should make the move? Let's see what we get for you. This is the Masonic Tarot. Yes. It's funny because the way you phrased your question, it could, you could be talking about whether or not to kiss somebody, right? But I kind of got more of like a, should I do something that gets me out of my comfort zone or maybe even like move away? And we've got 5 of Pentacles and the World. This is like whatever you've been doing or whatever you've been dealing with like it's over. There's something else out there for you. There's a whole new chapter here. So I do feel like there's some courageous, bold energy that you've been feeling. Because this, sorry, I should clarify. This is the 5 of gold, and the Masonic, that would be like the 5 of wands. So I feel like you've been, it's like you're swimming upstream. You're fighting against things you shouldn't have to. When you get elsewhere, you can address those things. Knight of Mallets or Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. It's just an obstacle right now until you migrate elsewhere. All right, I will do one more question. That's an awesome question. Ellen wants to know if, was it your love will realize you're the best thing ever? If the love of your life will realize that I'm the best thing ever. Ellen, I like your style. What do we got for Ellen? No, but here's the thing, Ellen. We've got the 3 of Candles or 3 of Wands in the reverse. There's like a follow-up answer that says, but you also find out that there's somebody that's better than this person. So it's kind of like you got a spirit guide that's laughing because you feel like this is the love of your life, but you haven't seen nothing yet. It's kind of like, so like, let them miss out on you because, you know, maybe there's something better out there for you. Yeah. This is someone where rejection is protection, because long term, I think you would find somebody else is your love of your life, is like that soulmate energy. So, all right, I'm going to leave it there. I love you all. Thank you so much for liking the video. Thank you for the comments, and I will see you on the next reading. Toodles.